Okay, we're going to do some work on binomial expansion, and the binomial expansion we're going to do is page 23 of the preparation booklet, question 3b. And that question says, find in ascending powers of x the following expansion of 2 plus x multiplied by 2 minus x to the power 6. Now we have a problem with this expansion in that this first term here of this bracket, which is the one that needs expanding, the first term is not 1, it's 2. So we have to deal with that first. And what I'm going to do is just write this bracket down here. And what we're going to do is just divide everything by 2 to factorize this. So that then will become 1 over x to the power 2. But you have to remember that this 2 isn't really a 2, it's 2 to the power 6. We've actually taken out 2 to the power 6. And we then have to expand that bracket. Now to extend from C2, we use this formula. The expansion of that will be approximately equal to 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 x squared over 2 factorial plus n minus 1, n minus 2 x cubed over 3 factorial. The n in this expansion is the power, and the x is this x term here, this second term in the bracket. Now for this to work, this formula to work, the first term in the bracket must be 1, and this x term here, we're going to replace that for there. Your x term is minus x over 2. The modulus of that has to be less than 1 when you're substituting numbers into there for this to work. So we're first of all going to expand this bracket. So that will be 2 to the power 6 multiplied by the first 3 terms here, because the question just says the first 3 terms in ascending powers of x. So it'll be 1 plus 6, which is the n, multiplied by the x term, which is minus x over 2, plus 6, n minus 1 is then 5, multiplied by minus x2 squared, divided by 2 factorial, which is just 2. So all we have to do is be careful of the signs. So 2 to the power 6 is 64, so I'm just going to change that to 64. That becomes 1. Minus 6x over 2 becomes minus 3x. And then here, 6 times 5 is 30, divided by 2 is 15. So that will become plus 15 divided by x squared over 4. And I'll leave that as a top-heavy fraction. Now that then, if we go back to the first bit of the question, that's got to be multiplied by 2 plus x. So if I just 2 plus x multiplied by 64 multiplied by 1 minus 3x plus 15x squared over 4. And that has to be multiplied out to do the binomial expansion.